Hello Hope Church, it's Chris here. Just want to share a few thoughts for a week of prayer and fasting. I was thinking of when God called Moses in Exodus 4. There's a verse that always jumps out at me, and it's when God asks Moses, "What is it that is in your hand?" And at times like this, I look around and see what is it that God has done so far. I glance back and see the fulfilling of his promise. When we set out 10 years ago, he said, "I will build my church." And we see that fulfilled and being fulfilled, because the promise still stands. It's still ongoing. So he's built a church. He's built a big church. We're growing and outgrowing wherever we go. But the original vision we still hold fast to is not to build a single big church in Galashiels. Our vision and our calling is to build churches in all across the borders, all the major borders locations. And it seems like time. It's time for us to commit to a church plant. When I look round and say, "What's in your hand?" I see individuals in Hope Church who've been called by God, equipped by God, for all the ministries that a church plant would need. He's given us our life mission groups, all spread across the borders in different locations. So there's a beginning of a presence, if you like, in each of the locations across the borders. He's given us Green Hope in Newtown St Boswells. So there's an outreach team there. They're establishing relationship, and relationship is so important to us in Hope Church. So we start off with relationship, and that draws people into an encounter with God. So within Newtown St Boswells, that outreach is already in place. It's already bearing fruit, but they need a church, an expression of hope at Newtown St Boswells, into which they can feed people who haven't found a home. They can find a home there. They can find a family there, and that's what we're looking to do. But above all these things, the vision is not a single big church. The vision is several churches. That's what God called us to. And he's given us a model, okay? When we originally set out 10 years ago, it wasn't sort of rent-a-mob, pop-up church. It was just a small group of individuals that God had called and equipped and enabled. We didn't feel up to it. We doubted ourselves, but we never doubted what God was calling us to do. And he is faithful, and we can see the fruit of that. So we're going to use the same model. It's a small group of people, those whom God has called. That's the important thing. And that's the prayer point I kind of like to think of today. So our course has been set by God. We glance back and we see what he's done, and that builds up our faith. He's shown us the model, and he's put into our hand everything we need for the next step. So it's up to us to be bold and wise and generous with our resources, especially in giving people away. That's hard. We love being the church family, being the Hope family, but we have to give away our best to a church plant, because we want to set a fire in a new area of the borders. So that's the word that God had given me. I just wanted to share it with you. I just hope it helps you in your prayers as we look to see what God has got for us next. Thank you very much.